Liu Gun. What an interesting team, man. I mean, they came up with some fresh idea of playing the heroes, sometimes bringing out the meta hero. For example, the Brute Mother, the Spider-Man. You know, nobody plays that
Yep.
hero anymore. But Liu Gun just make it their own signature heroes, and we have seen so many times that Liu Gun have proved that they are doing such a great job in the drafting table. For example, in the previous match against Team Polaris. Normally Polaris, when they get into the best of 3 series, most of them, it's 2-0. But they lost one game to Liu Kang, and that is because of the draft. That was the game, I think, only 1 or 2 games in the whole DPC that I saw Lelouch lost to the other mid laners so bad because of the faking draft from Liu Kang. Yeah, they have the I mean, Liu Kang draft, the Outworld Devourer comes in first, and then probably thought that, oh, this is going to be an off lane for sure. So they have the Shadow Fiend in, and then Liu Kang just last pick Barathrum. So it becomes the Outworld Devourer mid, and that OD mid, oh man, crushed the Shadow Fiend so bad. So I think, yeah, Polaris is on a really great form, but I think they still got some weak point. I mean, if you want to win against Polaris on this series, I think better start it from the drafting table.
Yep. Yeah, even I think for Polaris, sometimes they fall into this trap where they don't play aggressive enough. They can be even though they're the SEA team, they actually are one of the more passive teams that likes to play for late game. Against Nigma Galaxy, they were all like 45 to 50-minute games.
Oh yeah.
And there were games like I was watching Ares and Dano casting, and there were games where Nigma Galaxy were the ones who had the advantage early on and were like pushing the tempo, especially game 1 and game 2. But Polaris would make these kind of comeback plays and have they had a PL in game 2. They had a they had Tidehunter all 3 games. So they go for these kind of greedier, slower paced drafts often compared to their opponents.
Oh, and they have the Monkey King for this one. Polaris, do you think it's gonna be post 1 or 3?
Usually it's pos 1. That's my first assumption whenever I see the Monkey King, just because that's where I think he most naturally fits these days. But they have last pick of the draft, so there is flex potential. Yeah. DK, ooh, that's a bit spicy. Not like in terms of, it's not like the super exciting hero, but it's something a little bit different and typically a mid laner. So yeah. I'm wondering what Polaris have planned here.
Yeah. How about putting a DK with a Red King playing as post 3 heroes?
Yeah.
But with that way, yeah, I kind of see that his items will be super slow. and maybe at the around 17-18 minutes, he still have like power trade, a couple of bracer, and a blink dagger, that's all.
Yeah, I am feeling like, I mentioned Polaris usually this slower paced late game team. This to me says they maybe see that as their own as a bad way to play against Ragdoll, and they're going for a more fast paced game. Like DK is usually picked to push towers and take control of the map a bit early on. So faster pace, same for Monkey King. This is not like it can scale late game, but it's also a very good aggressive early game carry. So Polaris want to fight. They want to put a lot of pressure on. It seems like Ragdoll are expecting either Monkey or Dragon Knight, or even one of these 3 heroes to be a support. They're banning out mids. They ban out Lina. They ban out Invoker. Polaris do have the final pick of the draft, so we'll see what Polaris do with some of these picks.
Wow, that's interesting. The last pick from team Ragdoll is the Voice Spirit. Oh my goodness, Ragdoll. Actually, I mean, if Voice Spirit turned to be in the Polaris Esports side and played by Lelouch, it is actually his favorite heroes and the highest win rate hero of Lelouch. Voice Spirit of Lelouch has 68.49% win rate, while the Kunkka is actually 68.57%. Not bad as well. I think the battle of the mid lane is going to be super important for the to determine who is going to be the winner for this one.
Yep. Well, last pick, Kunkka, another kind of flexible here, and we will see some of what these lanes are going to look like. So DK going to be the off laner. Looks like Force is going to pick that one up, and Kunkka coming out. So mid lane Kunkka, it looks like a Quap support, 5-position Quap for Xavius. This is a little bit, you know, out of the box.
Ooh,
With the
yes.
support, well, sorry, 4-position Quap and 5-position Shadow Demon. So we're seeing the two first pick here is a Quap. You know, usually you see Quap when you're thinking it's mid laner. Not the case here.
So, well, A or B, Ragdoll or Polaris Esports. It's so hard to call it, right? I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I don't even know how much you can go off of draft with these two teams. We're going to be seeing Ajit playing Void Spirit. It's to me, one of his best heroes. He always looked really good in it. They've gone to it a few times during the CDPC and their run. But Grimstroke Spiritbreaker, I think Ragdoll to a large, other than the Lich pick, which to me is a little odd. It's kind of that anti-physical damage hero, which is why maybe they pick Kunkka because it's, you know, throws in quite a bit of magic damage. You know, it's pretty standard stuff with their draft. Grimstroke Spiritbreaker, very good combo. Void Spirit mid, the Wraith can carry. You know, it's just all around solid picks and solid lanes.
Oops, okay. Okay, oh gee.
Well,
Yeah,
here it is.
Sorry, I'm checking all the.
Of course.
Yeah, it should be good right now. All right, we are in the game. Wait, I'm gonna leave the intro with you guys. Let me check on this a little bit.
Okay. Well, I can start the intro quickly because both teams are smoking out on the... Oh, there's pause. There we go. We have a few seconds to breathe. So on the Radiant side, it is Team Ragdoll. Citrus, a.k.a. Ajit, playing the Void Spirit. VT Faded, playing Wraith King. GY, playing Spirit Breaker. We've got Menu Ping, playing the Lich. And we've got Yif, playing the Grimstroke. Do you want to introduce the Dire Xyclopz, or should I do them as well while you sort some stuff out?
Yeah. All right, Grimstroke. Okay. So I'm gonna do the dire side. We have the let me check a little bit. We have the Polaris on the dire side, Xavius on the Queen of Pain, surprisingly playing a support, Lelouch on Kunkka, Force on the Dragon Knight, Mavis on Shadow Demon, and Naximi on Monkey King. Oh, disconnection right from the start. But
SEA Dota, you know, you need the pause at the start.
Just a little bit. All right. Yeah, you were talking about the Citrus, and you want to see how is he going to perform on this one. Citrus is actually the second best player in the Division 2 at the moment with the KDA of 7.5 KDA. Citrus or Ajit.
Yeah, he has been really good, particularly, and yeah, I think Void Spirit, one of his best heroes, so curious to see how it does there. And as a team, Void Spirit has always been one of their go-tos. You know, as far as Ragdoll's history, it's one of their like top 10 most picked heroes. Not got like some crazy win rate, but it's just like something they will pick because it's very stable for them.
Yeah, that's true. All right, smoke actually pops out both sides.
30 seconds to battle.
Yep.
We have seen a lot of smoke right from the start each day, but when I try to do in my pub game, maybe at my level, nobody understands. Why would you do that?
Yeah. It's like the very tactical thing where it's more about getting the wards down, and also smoke giving you the bonus movement speed means you get out to lane faster, so you can put your ward before the enemy team. So
it's nice, right?
It's kind of become this like you have to smoke because they're going to smoke. If your opponents don't smoke and you do, you get an advantage. But both teams will get some runes.
Yeah, it's peacefully trading by runes, nothing much. So like we talked during the drafting phase, I think the most important lane is the middle lane, which is the Ajit on Void Spirit versus Lelouch. About Lelouch, sometimes it feels like his team is a little bit too dependent on him. I mean, we have seen that Lelouch a day that doesn't have a good day, and that is actually a really tough day for Team Polaris.
Yeah, I think, you know, Natsumi has had some big events in the past, the Polaris carry player. Like, people remember him from the old OB Neon when they did really well. But on this team, yeah, I think it has been more Lelouch as the star. I think Natsumi is still like trying to find his footing. The other play that really stands out to me is Force. Nico in the offlane. I think as an offlaner, he's been really solid for Polaris.
All right. Hold tight. Let's take a look at the starting item of Red King. Okay. On the way to the Helm of Iron Will. Once he has it, it's going to be super hard to stop him from farming. High armor, high regenerate. Not gonna be able to kill, especially he touches 6 quite fast. So I am now looking mainly on top. So I think this is got potential to have first blood.
Yeah. It's the laning stage. I know you're stressing out, Xyclopz. So I'll try and help you out.
Yes, I know, right? Yeah.
I think definitely good chance up top. Spirit Breaker, Grimstroke, and Shadow Demon. These are all heroes that like to go for kills in the lanes.
Meanwhile, I think, well, in the first 2 minutes of the game, I think Xavier's Queen of Pain is not bad. I mean, high mobility going in, the activation time of his, the way that he attacks, what's it called? The animation time, okay? Yeah. Yeah, so make him kind of easy to harass the opponent.
Yeah, It's been fine. Bottom lane, they are going on Force, but he's okay. He's a Dragon Knight, Bracer, and a point in Dragon Blood. Giving a lot of sustain.
Do you think the Dragon Blood is actually influenced to have people pick more Dragonite in competitive game or even pub games?
Maybe pub games. I don't know if the pros are picking based on the anime. It'd be fun to think they are, but probably not. But yeah, Season 2 just came out. Have you seen it yet?
Oh, haven't. I'm about today, you know. After finish this cast, go back, watch some Davian. Good time.
Yeah, Davian and Marcy. I have not seen it yet. No spoilers in the chat, guys. I'm sure everyone is probably doing just that, but try and behave.
Yes.
Yeah, watch season 1. It was a lot of fun. But DK, yeah, we haven't seen much DK. There's been actually it's Ragdoll. The other DK I remember seeing was actually Ragdoll picking it. So maybe Polaris watched their replay and thought, you know, there's something good with the way they played it, and they want to try it themselves.
Yeah. Got so many good things about DK, like you mentioned during the draft. Tanky, can be the backbone for his teammates, you know, pushing very fast with the Elder Dragon forms and stuff. Initiator. Oh, on top, some action going on right here. Quite a tough one. Natsumi dropping quite low, but he stopped the fight by using the Polaris strike.
Oh. And I don't know if it worked, but I think it did. They stopped him lifestealing with the Jingu stacks. They actually used the glyph. If you glyph the creep, it means they don't take damage. So when he used the Boundless Strike, he didn't get the lifesteal he was hoping to get. That was really cool.
Wow.
That was like some big brain, like, you know, 200 IQ play.
All these small tips, right? Enlightened.
Yeah. Like, they weren't using the glyph for anything else at that point, you know? So it's almost certainly just to stop Natsumi getting that regen. He had to use a salve afterwards, or I imagine his support did. Top lane, they're going for the kill.
Yeah,
have they got enough poison?
Luckily, GY didn't get body blocked by all the illusions made by the disruption, so he just shot away. Nothing going on that much, but I see some teleportation down to the middle lane, jumping in for the Queen of Pain. He's level 3. Start the fight. Dropping quite low for Ajit, getting to a tree line. He's gonna be fine. His support is also here for Min Yu Ping.
I didn't see how that gank started. I feel like if Quap's keeping, they were expecting to get the kill. Maybe he missed the turn or something. But either way, some pressure on the mid lane, even though it doesn't lead to a kill. But both mid lanes pretty even on CS and last hits.
All right. Yeah. 5 minutes in. Let's just change it to the network. Leading the network, of course, gonna be Monkey King having a great time on top. He's now level 5. And second place, Kunkka at the bottom lane. I'm sorry, mid. Lelouch. 68% win rate on his Kunkka. Not bad, this guy.
Oh yeah, that's really good for them. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Monkey King, you're picking this hero for being a strong laner, so no surprises there. Perhaps something Ragdoll won't be thrilled about is that, yeah, the Wraith King isn't farming all that well in lane, at least compared to, you know, the enemy carry. So VT Faded does have his Helm of Iron Will now. The lane might get a bit easier, but he's being pressured a bit.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Alright.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Surprisingly, 6 minutes in, still no first blood, playing super passive. But although, oh wait, on top, bottom, Xavier.
Yeah,
Oh
TP in.
man, he ran away. Just
They-
only a
they
couple
I
of
think
hits.
They may have seen this, or at least they seem to realize it's going on. That's a
Dire's courier
big
has been killed.
TP commitment. Usually, if you're mid-steeping to a side lane, you have to
Yes.
100% get a kill. And even when if you get a kill, if it's just support, you maybe say, oh, it might not be worth it.
Ooh.
Top lane now.
Yep,
Radiant's
diving
middle
inside,
tower
deep
is
down
under
in the
attack.
dire NC and trying to go for the target. GY still have HP. Polaris side, stop on two, not looking good. Nasumi's smack that Yift down, forcing GY to just charge for the darkness away.
Yeah, Monkey King still can hunt him. Has the Orb of Venom, but is going to go for the creeps. You know, true carry player, he's not going to waste time going for some kill that he may not get.
Time management.
2k gold lead. Whoa, that is unexpected, considering
Yeah.
it's only been one kill.
And a surprise, right? I mean, the game
Yeah.
is nothing much. It's just farming in lanes, but how can you make that such different? Just
Dire's
farming
middle
in
tower
lanes.
is under attack.
2k different in early game, and now on top, they go GY get it going on once again, but got away.
Yeah, it's really the pressure in the lanes. Like the offlane Spirit Breaker has 700 less gold than the offlane Dragon Knight because they're pressuring him so much with Monkey King. In the mid lane, Kunkka, 1,000 gold ahead. He had a really big stack. I think he stacked up the small camp near the mid lane. So the Lucian's just been farming a lot more efficiently, getting the jungle. And that's just something Kunkka does. Like Void Spirit is always going to get outfarmed by a Kunkka, even if the lane goes somewhat evenly.
Well, the top 3 best player in the Division 2 right now
Step
consists of
lively
2
now.
players
Your
from
admiral
Team
is on
Polaris.
board.
Actually, rank number 1 is Natsumi with the highest KDA. Not actually the highest KDA, 7.49 KDA, while Lelouch got 6.13 KDA. So
Okay.
got 2 base laner in the game. I think it's going to make that game quite easier on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah, that kind of says to me that they're winning their games and winning them convincingly. I think when you look at Polaris, and they're undefeated, but they also have a lot more 2-0s than other teams. Whereas Nigma Galaxy and Ragdoll, they have a lot more 2-1 series. Even in their wins, they're often losing a game. Something that Polaris, they've lost 3 games, but they, overall have had more 2-0s.
Hey brother, I started to think that the way to fight Polaris is not farming against them. I would prefer the way that Liu Kang playing against Polaris more. They're going for a super fast-paced, risky game, aggressive against Polaris, and doing outdrafted them during the drafting table as well. And in the execution, they're playing like that's no tomorrow. It feels like if Ragdoll is trying to go against them in late game, Polaris is on the upper hand for sure.
Yeah, I think Polaris really shine in these kind of slow, passive farming game. They're really good at just being. They're more efficient than their opponents at farming, it seems. And they're not picking a super greedy late game, but they play the early game in a greedy way, so that when like the mid game comes, Kunkka and Monkey King, they are carries. Like Monkey's going Battle Fury, so he's going to try to go late game, but they're these heroes that can fight and be very strong in lane while being greedy.
Oh man,
Ooh,
they
nice
start the
try.
gang for the first time. It's 3 men on top of Team Polaris. They going for the GY Ace Mark support Torrent, sending in some ghost ship, dropping quite low. Easy kill. Lelouch finishes off. Oh, surprisingly, Polaris started it first.
Yeah. Spirit Breaker didn't have any backup. He would if he maybe waited a bit longer. Citrus has come up top with an Arcane Room, but they've already left the top lane.
Man, and Ragdoll just rotated in. This is gonna waste them a little bit of time.
Yep.
Even Xavier's having a good farm in terms of level. He's now level 5. Once he got level 6, then he's gonna become another core with a Sonic Wave.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, I mean, this is, Quap back to, she's back in the mid lane. Getting some XP, getting some farm.
Oh,
We'll get level 6 from the Tome of Knowledge, but yeah, this is a little worrying for them. They've got the charge on Natsumi up top.
I think they're gonna charge in. BT baited
Nice
right
disruption
here.
though.
Going for the support. I think they want to get it for a little bit too greedy. Let's see if they can get anyone. Voice Spirit to simulate, dealing some decent damage. Again, Natsumi, he still survived within the 3-line. Torrent, X minus spot, everything just shows up on top, and it's gonna be Team Polaris victory, definitely. It's a double kill. Lelouch got it.
You'll always be my
Oh, Natsumi just a bit too tanky with the raindrops. Shadow Demon immediately disrupts the enemy to stop the Inkswell Sun. That was so heads up. Often, you know, support Shadow Demon, your play there, you think, okay, I gotta disrupt my teammate to save him. But using it offensively worked so much better there, allowing the Monkey King to dodge the stun and run away. And they're gonna get another kill mid. Lich being pulled in, menu ping,
So,
gonna go down.
Oh, maybe. It's 5-0 already. Polaris seems like they completely dominating in the early game, the first 10 minutes of the game. Ragdoll just need to find their way back.
Radiant's top tower
Maybe
is
doing
under
some
attack.
smoke, catching some core,
Dire's bottom
and
tower
having
is under
the
attack.
carry farming in the triangle with big stacks, just, you know, make it up for the
Yeah,
first.
they don't have many stacks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
Wraith
no.
King is not the best hero to find. The stacks is on the dire side. Kunkka, Lelouch, he's got a big ancient stack. He's about to get himself another like 1,000 gold here. And he almost finished the BKB. Going straight into BKB, he is going to be ready to always fight.
Yeah. Joining every single
Radiant's
fight,
bottom
super
tower is
tanky,
under attack.
just spamming the X mark the spot on the torrent, and also got some damage from the Ogre Axe as well.
Yep.
On top, looks like the Dragonites, the itemization are quite good. I kind of like this item
Yep.
choice. Brazier, go off the Hood Defiance, gonna make him super tanky. His teammate gonna be quite easy to play when Dragonite standing in front. Being the defensive line or the back liner will be super happy. I mean, Shadow Demon spamming all the Shadow
Mid
Poison.
lane.
X-Mark the spot torrent, sending in Ghost Ship. Raid King still got Reincarnation. Up back, second life, the Chain Frost already out. Let's take a look. Soulbind on 2. Lockdown at that Kunkka and also the Queen of Pain. The save is dropping quite low. They spend all the thing on the support. Let's see if they can go furthermore. Will there be enough damage? They slash through support down. That was good fight for Team Ragdoll, but they commit a lot of resources on that.
They kind of have to, but that's, you know, the kind of fights and kills they've been hoping for and looking for a little while. A bit, you know, overly ambitious from Polaris, thinking they can kill a Wraith King. I mean, they can once, but
yeah.
he's got reincarnation, so when you do that next to an enemy tower, they're always going to be able to TP in and counterplay it.
Yeah. And also
Down
the tower
bottom.
protecting
Polaris
Aura.
seems to know this is coming.
I mean, if the fight breaks out right now, this is not good for Ragdoll. They doesn't have all the important ultimate left to fight. Natsumi
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go
why.
in. And here we go with the Balance Strike. Torrent connected. Citrus, that's the core hero down. They lost just now
nice.
two supports, but they got the important heroes of Team Ragdoll.
Yeah.
This is not a good trade for Ragdoll.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And they're going to get this tower. This is Monkey King's Battle Fury up after this tower gets
Oh my.
taken. So Polaris are just, again, they play the early game passive, but they say the early game's over. Like the laning stage and early game has ended. We're ready to fight with this BKB. They immediately smoke up and they're looking for more kills in the mid lane.
X-Man the spot into the torrent right in front of the mid-tier 2 towers, diving in quite deep. Yeah, they just going for support. Lich release Chain Frost for the second time in a row, but it's just not gonna help it. However, that was at 6, they killed that Savior. And maybe Lelouch as well. I think Lelouch, oh, turn on the BKB and sending it to Gochi. Is he gonna find a spot and do a teleportation or what? I think he's just gonna easily walk back, but Citrus is chasing on him, trying to pull him back.
Alright.
Oh, charging inside. Will that be enough?
Well,
a stun. Lelouch. Oh, yes, he can kill, but he died right after. Natsumi was almost saving Lelouch just now.
Yeah, he jumped to the tree for the Boundless Strike. He would have saved him if not for the bash, that greater bash.
Yeah.
For a break, with thinking his, you know, lucky stars that he got the proc. Without that, it would have been a bad look for him.
Nice, and in the Soulbind. Lockdown onto Dragonite and the other guy. Here we go with the Wukong command. There's no way to just turn back. All they have to do is just fight and then just slash down. VT faded. Man, the game is getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah. These hectic fights and kind of even trades a bit here. feel like maybe slightly better for Polaris with some of the kills they're getting and the fact that Monkey King is, he's free farming and then he's showing up to get a tower and some kills. The one here that's, a little unhappy for them is maybe Lelouch's Kunkka, but considering that they're killing the Wraith King, they're killing the Void Spirit, this game's going fine for them.
Oh man, another fight breaks out with the Sonic waves in and jumping on the high ground, aiming for the support. Menu Ping trying to walk away from the recent fight. Lelouch turned the BKB as well. Alright, so many kills spam. No casualty just yet. Disruption just gonna buy some time to save the support. Xavier jumping away, fine. Nice save by Mavis. And now it's time to chase. Force moving in. X-Mark spot into the Torrent. Maybe follow up with the Dragon Tail to kill the target. GY still there. He's gonna buy some time for his teammate to retreat.
Constant. Chaos, constant fighting.
Crazy.
A lot of space for both carries. I mean, you mentioned the Monkey. Wraith King doing the same, and, he did die that last fight, but once he respawned, he's like, okay, if my team and their team is going to keep fighting, I'm going to use this to go farm. He takes top tower, almost has Desolator. If they can get this Deso up and win a fight, that's when Ragdoll can take Roshan, for example. So we'll see if that's a possibility for them. For now, Ragdoll is smoked. They ideally want to hunt this Monkey King. We've seen them try a few times to smoke and kill Monkey King, but for the most part, Natsumi's map awareness this game has been too good.
Even though the early gameplay wasn't so good for Team Ragdoll, but I really enjoyed the way that they're trying to fix up the game. Like we talked just now, that I think they need to play aggressive against Polaris. Do not afraid them. Do not just drag to the long game. Let's avoid this and maybe try to have our carry farm first. But no, they just go on head to head against Polaris, and I love it.
I've got to worry about a Blink Dagger now on Dragon Knight and on Monkey King.
Oh yeah, true.
This is not your everyday Monkey King build. It's a build that Natsumi likes to go. Most Monkey Kings, aren't. They're going more for like the Echo Saber and using, the Primal Spring to make your plays, but Natsumi has other ideas.
Alright, on top, Mavis very nice using the disruption, trying to take the Xaviers, and also Dominic Bird to stop the GY. GY is just going to teleport away from the scene, but leaving Menu Ping behind there, so it's a trade. Bro, it's kind of weird. I don't have the fight recap today. I had it a few days ago, but not today.
Maybe you'll need to restart Dota later between games or something.
Okay,
I know it sometimes can have just bug out and sometimes it doesn't show up.
But I mean, I've been casting for 5-6 years in the past since the fight recap is here. But I never get bugged. But well.
Oh really? Okay. I've had one day. I can't remember when I was casting where the team fight recap for some reason didn't show up.
Alright. Yeah, I'll try to restart after this one. But
okay.
After this one, definitely, because the game is super intense, guys. We have almost 20 kills in 18 minutes. The KPM is quite high, and I believe it's gonna be even higher in the middle game.
Oh, they're gonna find VT faded, but he's got the 2 lives. As we saw last time when they make this 5-on-5, they don't want to go on Wraith King.
Oh, nice one. But Void Sprint's kind of stuck in the middle of the fight in the Wukong command as well. Ragdoll, C-Struts, Ajit, I think as a damage dealer, he goes down too soon. Next one gonna be VT faded. Yeah, Reincarnation. Yes, he has. Ragdoll Menu Ping down. Reincarnation, he's gonna come back second life, but Polaris is having a very warm welcome for him.
That's so bad for them. Natsumi just jumped. They saw the Lich under a ward, and Natsumi's like, thank you, I'll take this gem.
Oh my.
That is... He just bought it, I'm pretty sure. And that's like a 2k gold swing. Like a gem costs 900, you give it to your opponents for free, that 1800 gold right there, swinging the other way. That is disastrous for Ragdoll. And that's ignoring the fight itself where, they lose their Wraith King again, the reincarnation gets procced, they kill him a second time. Almost a 10k gold lead suddenly.
Bro, when was the last time you see a guy buying a gem in mid-game?
It used to be more common like 5 years ago, but it's not something that we see these days.
Yeah.
Most supports are buying lots of sentries.
Yes.
Or perhaps if you're against like, the Nyx Assassin or Ricky, maybe you get an early gem, but you don't put it on your fight position, you put it on the tanky, the mid laner or the carry, someone who's tanky. That was crazy of the Lich to be carrying a gem.
A little bit too ambitious for the he trying to just fix the situation that the inside the Radiant NC was full of the dire ward and they can't see anything. It's all dark for them. So
It's just weird because like they don't have the invis hero. Usually, if it's just for the wards, you should just be buying sentries. But
yes. Oh, that's not looking good. Boy Spirit, Ajit, about to get caught once again, but luckily he used the actual stripped away, pulling enemy back into the other remnant. Nothing is happening.
yeah, they couldn't quite chain stun it. Not the easiest, using the boundless strike to initiate. It's not the longest stun. Almost 2 seconds, but you have to be like almost instant with the torrent follow up.
On the way to the Eye of Skadi for the Monkey King. Once he has the Eye of Skadi, he is 95% invincible for Natsumi. I mean, he's got 5% chance to kill him, but he will be super tanky. Red King.
Nope.
Red King aiming for Natsumi, but he was X-marked back to the bottom lane. So, I think VT Faded got a chance to push on top, calling all the Skeletoni out.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures
As those
are
skeleton charges in
fortified.
10-15 seconds, but they're losing bottom tier 2. Mid lane, what?
Yeah, some big action.
TP the defender.
Dragonite jumping in with the Dragon Tail. It looks like Queen of Pain is going to be fine because for the Dragonite throw himself in the middle of the fight, acting as a backbone for all his teammates. This is a good thing of having a Dragonite in team.
Oh, they stopped the TP out.
Oh man, Sonic Wave from top. And then that is it. Citrus Fall as well as Men Yu Ping.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Void Spirit
tower
trying to
is under
TP out,
attack.
thinking he went to the fog on the high ground, but they had a ward there, so they could see him.
Dire's top
VT Vader
tower
does
is
take the
falling.
top tier 2 tower, but it's just
Radiant's
kill after
middle
kill
tower
going
is
Polaris'
under
way in the
attack.
mid game. Monkey King is going to take the bottom outpost, so Polaris are going to have like both outposts and a lot of map control. The next big objective for them is probably going to be Roshan. It's a bit harder when you're on the Dire side. These days, Roshan is more like something that's easier for teams on Radiant when they're winning, because Radiant gets to play around the top part of the map. But with how far Polaris are ahead, if they use this gem they've stolen to take out the vision, they can go for Roshan very early.
Yeah, and we need to be worried about the map control of team Ragdoll, and all the walls being rewarded by the gem holder. Natsumi,
Dire are
and
scanning.
he's on the way. He actually, it looks like he changed his mind. Instead of going for the Eye of Skadi, he want to go for the Agony Scepter to just upgrade his Wukong's command. It seems.
Step lively now. Your admiral
Yeah.
is on board.
It's just kind of just gives you some general stats. If he maybe just doesn't feel like he needs the Skadi for the slow and stuff, I think the Ags general is going to give you a bit more damage. And if your teammates can lock people in place, you don't need a Skadi.
Alright, get into the Roshan pit. I think it's going to be quite convincingly Roshan for Team Polaris. I don't think they have
Yeah,
anything to just resist this situation for Team Ragdoll.
Radiant are
Gotta give
scanning.
it a
They're
go.
grouping up. They scanned it though. They are looking to head that way. And Polaris, they may have to back off and respect this.
I think they're gonna send in the Red King first, and the fire actually started at the river. This is gonna be important fight for
Double
both
chain.
sides. Everyone's just turning on the BKB, and here we go with the Wukong command. First one called down is a Jet. He was a little bit too inside. He was offside. Oh my
Raven's
goodness,
melting.
BT Fed is trying to run away. He turned the BKB, but his first eye is gonna go down real quick. The support is falling one by one. BT faded.
No
He
blink.
doesn't have a reincarnation. That was his last line already. I'm sorry for the misinformation. Next one is going to be DY as well. It fall down for Team Ragdoll. It's a good chance for Team Polaris to just push the mid tier to tower, maybe tier 3, and go back to Roshan pit.
Yeah. Natsumi thought about chasing for the Lich who ran off, but it is objective time. Forget Roshan, they say. We're going high ground. We just killed 4 heroes. They don't need Roshan. They don't need Aegis. They've got the Dragon form. They've got this farm Monkey King. They are going to get, looks like a melee Rax out of this.
Radiant's middle tower
I mean,
Oh,
oh
Lich.
no, the supports. I mean, you need to just walk back to the fountain.
They're diving too deep.
Oh,
Natsumi.
this is what they are waiting for. Waiting
Oh,
for Team
boy.
Polaris to dive tier 4. And now we have seen a little bit of mistake from Team Polaris.
Oh, and he had the gem, so that should be recovered, I believe. Yeah, Void. So he throws away the gem.
Oh,
like
no
dying
way.
there and getting the buyback. It's not that bad for the Monkey King. I mean, it's not ideal. You want to just take the Rax there.
Yeah.
But the fact he has a gem makes it, it's definitely not worth it when you're losing the gem. And it's a long respawn, so it's actually Wraith King going to the Roshan pit.
Wow.
We'll see it Polaris.
Wow.
You definitely don't want to buy back your carry. It doesn't feel good playing without buyback on your carry because, you know, if he dies once, suddenly you're winning the game and, you know, dying back is just like the worst thing you can do.
He has to do it. I don't know. If I were him, I'm going to do it, man.
Yeah, I think you're hoping that the team can stop Roche without him, like using the Ghost Ship, for example. They're going to make some illusions, but they may be too late.
Oh,
Torrent
wow, this is, well, gonna go in. Lelouch is right here, but he getting sold by with the Dragon Knight. It was, they're not there in time. Ragdoll already got the Aegis, and Polaris needs to retreat. Interesting situation.
Yeah, Wraith King suddenly gets a third life to play around. No Blink Dagger still, really delaying it, prioritizing the BKB. He just feels so squishy with this Deso BKB because there is a lot of physical damage. The AC on Kunkka amping up physical damage. We saw last. Wraith King is pretty bad against Monkey King. For one, you're melee, but I think the big thing is Reincarnation doesn't feel good against Monkey because he just has Wukong's command. So if he's killing you with Wukong's command, you're respawning, and the Wukong's command is still there. Or while you're respawning, he's casting it because they kill you the first time using their spells. So Monkey King, I think, traditionally is kind of a counter to the Wraith King, and that's a big reason why Polaris picked it this game.
Oh my goodness, Wraith King. Well, at the moment, I think there's still a chance on this one. They got extra 5 minutes for Wraith King to farm. But I think the problem in team fight, I think, is all the mispositioning by the two support. But we can't blame on them because these two supports are low when it comes to the mobility. If they don't have anyone who's just staying in front of them and try to protect them, throwing themselves in, they're gonna be caught out all the time for Lich and also Green Soul. See how slow they move? Only around 335 movement speed. How can you run away from Monkey and also the Queen of Pain, right?
Exactly. It's so hard. Like, hero like Quap, who's a support, has a mobility spell, Blink, and you're not playing against these heroes that jump you as much. Monkey King, Quap, and they've got Blink daggers. DK is Blink, Monkey is Blink. Like, these heroes are going to find these supports and kill them. That's like their main priority in these fights. They've done a good job getting off their spells. We've seen a few times the Soulbind with the Chain Frost. And also the Sinister Gaze with the Soulbind. They've had some nice combos, which, you know, if anything, I think these supports on Ragdoll's side are helping them, you know, turn this game a little bit, keep them alive in these team fights. It's kind of up to, you know, the cores to kind of step it up now.
Yeah, one thing about the Soulbind is he's using it very well, always on point, perfect target, but that's no lockdown. Those two guys always run away. But I mean, if you have some heroes, for example, like the Pangolier or even Marsh, you just lock those two guys down in some small area, or AoE lockdown, I mean, then it would be so effective. Alright.
Lelouch getting close to a Lincoln Sphere now.
Yeah.
Kunkka, that's gonna just make it a little bit harder to use some of these single target spells. We've seen the, you know, the Soulbind combos, charge, Wraith Fire Blast. Like it just blocks a lot of annoying things.
All right, back to the. Let's take a look at the graph a bit. I kind of curious how the graph's gonna be. Yes, everything is still on Polaris side, and the win probability is 79% on Polaris. Yeah, it looks like AI still favor Polaris much after the mistake. But
yeah,
I mean, who knows if they can just win a big team fight a couple of times for Ragdoll. You're gonna need many times for Ragdoll to come back in this one.
Yeah. And they saw Polaris make the mistake when they dove the tier 4. Like, if Polaris just took... They could just take the melee racks and go back and take Roshan. The game would be like 90... Yeah, it would be like 95% maybe even, like the win probability. But, you know, they got greedy. The Lich did a really good job of saying, oh, I'm out of position, come and kill me. But what he's really doing is, you know, baiting them in.
The bait. You know, when you want to go for a fishing, you need a bait anyway. The Wraith King standing in front.
The ultimate bait.
He has 3 life. So he'll be fine. That is the first one. 2 more, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how can they kill. Oh man, but second life goes real fast. And one is jumping in. Xyclopz GoDz came into the back line and he dies over there. Here we go with the Wukong command, sending in some ghost ship. GY, last life of Wraith King. Where is he gonna be? He turned the BKB. keep for that to just teleport away. Now they lost to
That is-
one core, one support.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel good. Like this Wraith King's like, yeah, I got 3 lives. I'm gonna go, we'll go take this mid tier 1 tower and force it. We'll take a team fight. Dies once to like just some random spells. Dies twice, like a boundless strike coming through and finishing him off. And then he just has to BKB TP on his 3rd life. Like that was, he had 3 lives and he did 1,000 damage in that fight.
Yeah,
That
he
did
I
nothing.
mean, the question is, why would you go in when you plan to escape from the start? And now let's take a look at 2 guys here. Even though there's no Wukong commander, it was quite easy to take the VP faded down. That's his first life. Gonna come back on the second. VP faded. It's time to fight because this is in your own place. You have to just start chopping something. VT faded. Toe-to-toe fighting against that bot. Now sending some gold chip. Now he falls. This is not looking good. This is at the edge of the cliff.
Bottom barracks are under
Oh my goodness.
Citrus does have the buyback here. Do they want to go down 2 lanes of racks? Lelouch is going for the range racks. I think feeling like, they're not sure they can get these racks as they're worried that these heroes have buyback. They don't know the status. And there's the Void Spirit buyback.
Yes.
Will Polaris stick around?
Going for the support. It's not going to be quite hard to take that menu ping down. It's trying so hard to stay as long as possible. Menu ping gone. Next one is going to be Void Spirit. Oh man, not a good game of Archie in this one. I think that is something wrong with
he X'd back.
He dissimulate out. Well calculated by Archit. But I wanted to talk about Archit a bit. I feel like that's something wrong in its strategy and also the hero lineup, because so many times that we have seen Archit as a Void Spirit being the first one who get into the circle. I mean, of Polaris. He always fight 1v5. I think that's actually reflect that there's no other guy who can go in like that. Not even VT faded on a Wraith King.
Yeah, you would expect heroes like Spirit Breaker and Wraith King to be able to run in, but this Wraith King, I think because of the Monkey King pick, Wraith King has looked super squishy. Faded has had a awful game. Wraith King's one of the most picked banned heroes in SEA DPC. And I think they kind of forgot about it, like, especially because it was picked in the 2nd phase. Like, after they pick Wraith King, they should definitely ban this monkey. And then the Spirit Breaker as well. I think GY's been very kind of quiet. Like, he can't really, I don't know, he just can't charge in, I guess, because they had the gem, and with Yule's Scepter, they can just Yule's him when he's running in. Or the Shadow Demon, the Demonic Purge. We've seen Shadow Demon become a very common counter pick for Spirit Breaker, because you can just purge him when he's running in and get rid of the Bulldoze.
Yeah, and when your friend going bad, he still can use his disruption for the last option out. Now it's just waiting for the second ages of the game and trying to just push top, end the game. 33 minutes in, kind of surprised that Ragdoll already lost the 2 sets of racks. We thought it's going to be quite close game into like 45 minutes, 15 minutes in. But the early game failure of Ragdoll brought to this point. Anyway, they still got chance, but they just need to start fighting properly, sending some proper guy in.
They bought themselves some time because I think Polaris want to wait for next Roshan. Especially now, Polaris, having 2 lanes of racks advantage means, the lanes are always going to be pushing out. You don't have to keep defending them, as we've seen a few times where Lelouch on Kunkka has like X and TP to a lane. Now they can just get vision around the top lane, do some dewarding. They are going to get charged though. Here come Ragdoll. They wanted to fight around the ward, but now it's being dewarded. It's a little bit hard. They lost the important vision, but they are still camping on this hill. At some point though, Polaris should maybe expect this, because they're not going to see anybody either mid or bottom.
Yeah, it looks like Polaris know that the team Ragdoll waiting at the triangle on the higher ground. So they're jumping down, very nice one. Good initiation by Void Spirit. They get rid of Xavier first. Xavier know that this might be the fatal fight, so he support back right away. Everyone just bought back to support some team Polaris. Here we go with the Wukong command. Did his base, but he died right after. Now Red King just have to run away. He has no reincarnation. There goes VT faded. They're still on the run. They're trying to chase for the 2 support. Oh no. And yep, they got him
Looking
the
over.
Lich and also Gift on Grimstroke. Triple kill for Force.
Yep. Spirit Breaker just had to charge out of there.
Radiant's top
That's a,
tower
I don't know, it can't really go much better than that for Ragdoll. The problem was the buybacks, and they're going to GG out. The Spirit Breaker did a nice thing. He knows they have to stop the disruption save, so he charged Mavis on the Shadow Demon while his teammates went on other targets. Like, they killed the supports, but that's all they can do is kill these supports. They have nothing for the BKBs. Wraith King's damage is just not enough. He can't run into the Monkey King, so against BKB, it just feels like there's nothing they can do. Polaris just get out of control. They're too strong, and it's kind of smooth sailing. There's just such a good early game. The Kunkka last pick was really, really good, and the Monkey King against Wraith King just is not something they can afford to have happen again.
Smooth sailing, I think that is a perfect word for the first game of Polaris Esports. Definitely, this is going to set the momentum for the second game. Polaris will gain the full confidence, while Ragdoll, they just have to have the team talk, you know, sipping some tea, and just need to come back. And it's now down to their coach and captain if they can bring their teammates back or not. The second game will come real quick, guys, I think in 10 minutes, so